Alright, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? Today we got a special guest. We got a great underground MC, Little Do, aka Mark Coster.
What's good, everyone?
How you doing, bro?
I'm doing good. Just released my newest video. Pretty psyched about it. Pretty hyped and juiced. Uh, just chilling at home. It's my weekend, so I'm just kind of kicking back.
Yeah, I got a chance to see the video. It's titled "It's Working for Me." I appreciate the shout out in it. Um, I really like the bars. It felt as if you put a lot of emotion and stuff into it. Can you tell me about that video and what made you want to put it together and whatnot?
Oh, of course. I could definitely honestly say that it was influenced by the Jonai versus Psychosis battle that just came out for Blackout 6 on King of the Dot.
Yeah,
I'm a huge fan of Jonai, and I'm starting to become a pretty good fan of Psychosis. They're both really dope, and it was influenced a lot by that battle. Jonai, he's got those temple tappers, man, that make you think.
yeah,
So as I was watching the video, I was listening to his first, his second, his third round, and it just kind of inspired the whole X Files line that I threw in my rap. It's working for me, and uh, like there was like as far as the emotion goes, I just kind of tried to take it to a whole nother level. You know, like I wanted it to be a nasty flow because that's what he made his second round about. He was like. Um, I'm a switch on him like a stepchild. This next flow is nastier than a meth smile, and like that whole concept right
yeah,
there just sparked something in my brain, and I just took it and ran with it. I just started writing, and just everything just kind of came together, and I've been feeling like I've got a little bit more momentum now that I've kind of settled down through all the drama and stuff I was going through the past 8, 9 months, and it's kind of starting to settle down, and the dust is starting to clear. And so I'm just trying to keep the energy and the momentum alive.
yeah, definitely. I feel you. In my opinion, I'd definitely say that you've progressed a lot as an artist. From when I first met you and you know to this day.
Yeah, thank you, man. Thank you.
Um, So, your YouTube page just reached 20,000 views. Congratulations on that. How's it feel? That's a nice little achievement there.
That is, and it came as a shock to me when I first looked at my channel, the about part of my channel, and I sometimes go back and just kind of look at, like the statistics behind it, how much the views are on the channel itself, the little paragraph I had in there that kind of explains, a little bit of where I'm at as far as what I want to do with the channel and the stuff I put out. Um, like I'm trying to keep it positive for the most part, but when I went back and looked at it this last time. I was about 200 or 300 views away from hitting 20K, and I was just like, man, it motivated me to get up there. And so I started throwing out, more videos following the same theme, that I had
Yeah,
on those previous videos. I try to leave them on cliffhangers so I can kind of pick them up where I left off on the new video and just kind of run with it, and then throw in some new stuff as I go in as I'm running with it. So it was a shocker, man, but it was good. It was a good feeling. I never thought I'd get that many views on a channel.
I bet, man. That's dope, though. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
So how can everybody get a little do CD? I was watching the video and I seen you throw that out there. We need to support local artists and whatnot. How can the fans get in touch with you and get themselves a little do CD if they want?
One way they can do it is they could when they go on a video, if they really dig that video that they watch, they could leave me a comment, be like, hey, I just checked out your video and I really liked it. And I've been looking back on some of your other videos or something like that, and I really enjoy it. I wanna cop on a CD. Pretty much just when if you leave me a comment with your email, I'll email you through my Yahoo and just get all your information, like your address and your name and whatnot, so I know what to put on the envelope. And and then I'll burn a copy off the computer I have at the house, and I'll put it in a little disc holder thing to keep it safe and keep it from getting scratched, and then I'll put it in an envelope, toss it in the mail with the address and the name that was provided by the person in the comment, and then I'll just send it off. It's like I said, it's free. I've been handing them out over the last 3 or 4 weeks to people that I work with at work, and some people that I've seen around town that said that they would be interested in. There's this one guy I see on lunchtime at work who sees me walking to the gas station when I'm going to get lunch or get a Red Bull or something.
Yeah.
He always bums cigarettes off me, and I asked him if he'd check out the channel and if he wanted a CD, and he said he would. So I just kind of handed it out to him. Like I said, it's free, so it's all basically for promotion. I'm just trying to get people to come look at the channel more, because that's where all the activity is. The other way you can get a hold of me and to get a CD is direct message me on Facebook. Just look up Mark Hoster. I'm from Napa Valley, California, and just send me a private message or a direct message, and let me know the name and the address, and let me know that you want a CD, and I'll burn copies out as long as I have blank CDs to work with, and I'll just start sending them off to people.
Definitely, everybody get a CD, man. Support local fucking hip hop. What got you into music?
Well, I've always been quite attached to music. Growing up, I have a very wide variety of music. My mom used to listen to like 96.5 KOIT. One of the things they used to say on the radio was light rock, less talk, love songs after dark. And so I heard a lot of stuff that was on Kuwait and like 97.1, and then she also had records she used to blast in the morning. Like Creedence Clearwater, Johnny Cash, the Beatles, just older artists like that. A lot of Simon and Garfunkel, some Beach Boys, and then my older sister, who I really dislike her for personal reasons, but it's in the past. But she got me into rap because she always was listening to rap, and she could never stand my mom's music. So whenever I was riding in her car or went into her room to hang out with her or try to hang out with her, she'd be blasted Tupac, Coolio, Eminem, Jadakiss, 50 Cent, all these rappers, and then songs come on, and I'd just feel the song as I was listening to it and be like, all right, this is cool. I kind of dig this style of music.
Right.
And then I was also a big TV watcher when I was a kid. I was a big fan of Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network, and the Disney Channel. And some songs off MTV when they still actually played videos on MTV. So I kind of just grew into large varieties of rap, rock, oldies, alternative, and pop. I didn't really start getting into rock until about high school. And I had the techno thing with like Eiffel 65 and Daft Punk. I was even into the boy bands, man. I was slapping Backstreet Boys. I was in my mom's TV room for the NSYNC concert. So I mean, I was listening to all.
You had a wide variety of music that you were listening to at the time, or even now.
Yeah, even now I'm still listening to everything from rap to oldies to rock to techno to pop to alternative to new metal. Like the thing about me is everyone has a whole wide variety of classifications for music. Like Limp Bizkit, some people would call him new metal. I'd call him rock. So pretty much how I look at music is if it's rap, if it's hip hop or rap, or like say we go Eminem, I'd consider him rap just because when he's making his music, he's rapping.
Right.
And then like for rock, for like Nickelback or Three Doors Down or something like that, anything with a band, a drummer, and a guitar and a bassist, even if it's acoustic type stuff instead of electric, I still consider it rock. If it's before my time, like if it's my mom's time or my dad's time, I consider that stuff oldies. And then country was a whole different thing. I didn't even know about that until I got into high school. So like my whole perspective on music, it's definitely changed over the years, but Because like with hip hop, which a lot of people have been talking hip hop lately. When I was growing up, I thought hip hop was like Trey Songz and Chingy, like Holiday Inn, stuff that
Yeah.
was hanging out at a party. That's what I thought was hip hop growing up. And then when I got older and got out of high school, I started hearing names like Atmosphere, Hieroglyphics, Black Alicious, people like that. And then people started telling me that was what hip hop was, and so it kind of like flipped my mind for like a loop there, because I didn't really know, I didn't know
Right.
that there was a whole other genre of rap that people call hip hop. And so I was just kind of like, it was mind blowing. But now I kind of understand it a little bit better on why they call it hip hop as compared to rap, or things like that.
Right.
So, I got a better perspective, a better grasp on the classifications now than I did growing up.
What do you think motivates you when you're making music? Is it just to like make a name for yourself, to get out, where you're from, or is it just for the love? What makes the little dude does what he do? No pun intended.
Well, how I really started writing was when I was growing up in like middle school. I'd say probably about 7th grade. I started writing poetry. I got really into actual poetry. And like just started writing poems and stuff. And after middle school, and I got later into high school, probably like junior or senior year, my sister's baby dad, my nephew's dad, was living with us at the time, and I had walked past the room he was living in, and I saw him sitting on the bed listening to Life Jennings. And I was curious as to what he was doing, because he had a pen and a paper, and I was like, what is he doing? So
Right.
I knocked on his door, and I was like, hey, what are you doing, Kyle? And he was like, oh, I'm writing a rap, and I'm like, you write rap? He was like, yeah. And I was like, you think I can listen? Can I sit in and write with you? And he was like, yeah. So like he was reading it over, and I asked him if he'd read it out loud one time. He read it to me, and I started kind of getting a feel for how he was writing, and like the style he was using, and the way he was trying to make things rhyme. And I just started writing as if I was writing a poem. And I have this issue. I don't count my syllables, and I don't count my bars when I write. What I basically do is, for every line or for every paragraph or for every concept or topic, I just try to squeeze in as much words that rhyme with each other as possible before I end that topic and switch into another one. And so that kind of happened as I improved and kept writing. But when I first started writing, it was literally like one word rhymes for every bar. Like I'd start with one word, like believe, and then end up with something at the very end. There'd be a lot of talking, a lot of filler in there, and it would only end with like one word things like believe and release or something like that. And so like as I started writing more, it got a little better. It got there was still a lot of filler in there, and that was my main problem. And my when I was first getting into writing, and I started packing in more things that rhymed, and then when I first actually started recording on YouTube and putting videos out, it was during the Naptown Squad days with Big Drew and Young T and Grimace, and me, Big Drew, and Young T were like the forerunners of Naptown Squad, which was our own little like clique that we'd gotten there, for like a group, because we all rap together sometimes.
Yeah.
And as I started doing that and writing with them more, I started noticing different things. Like I started putting in real emotion, passion behind the words, talking about stuff I've actually experienced and lived.
You started growing more as an artist, huh?
Yeah. I just kind of started building it up, and then as I got more into it there and started putting out more videos, got like a year and a half into it, I started using bigger words like catastrophic, for example. And so like in the middle of one or two raps, I'd pick a gigantic word like catastrophic, and I'd try to rhyme off of it. And then as I continued to do that, I just started doing more of that, putting more bigger words in there and less little words to create less filler. And it just kind of got more lyrical as it go. And I try to use as much vocabulary as I can now. When I write, I try to make it so that there's less filler words or words that don't rhyme with anything.
Right.
And start using more words that actually do rhyme with something, that actually have more meaning to it too, in what I'm trying to say. And I always try to put in emotion in there, definitely, because without the emotion, people can't really feel what you're saying.
Right.
And you have to make it believable too. So if they can't feel it, how are they going to feel you?
Right. Definitely. I couldn't agree more on that. What artists were your biggest inspiration, or are your biggest inspiration?
Well,
Any
I said,
genre.
I had a lot of variety growing up. But after coming out and learning more about the hip hop and the classifications of everything, I've managed to come up with a top 8 or 9 for my favorite rappers of all time. And I could definitely say, of all time, no matter who's come and gone, what rappers are alive and dead, my number 1 will always be Tupac. Always.
Nice.
And then closely behind Tupac is Eminem. And those two were some big inspirations growing up. And then another name I'm going to throw out there, who's old school, and he's no longer alive now. He was from Antioch, California. He was a northerner. His name was Woody, and he ran with East Coco Records. For his time, for the type of raps he was putting out, he was really lyrical, and I never noticed it when I was growing up because I didn't really understand everything he was saying and the life he was living. So at a young age, listening to that, I wasn't quite sure what he was saying as far as the lyricism goes, but he was really lyrical growing up, and I still listen to him today. But I could give you my top 8 right now, just off the top of my head.
Right.
That can kind of give you an idea of where my musical influences go, other than the people I watch in the battle rap scene.
Yeah. That'd be dope.
So we'll start at number 1. We'll go. Number 1's Tupac. Number 2 is Bizbone from Bone Thug.
Okay.
Number three would be Eminem. Number 4 would be T.I. I really respect how he started and how he came up and he got his respect. Number 5 would be either Woody or DMX. Just because DMX, he may not be the most lyrical, but he got me through some hard times. Like his It's Dark and Hell Is Hot CD
Oh yeah.
will always be one of my favorite CDs by him.
And he puts so much raw emotion into every record,
Yeah, he was good. And, I felt it. And, when I was in those dark moments growing up, being bullied and going through the torment of my sister and me having our sibling rivalry, he got me through some of the darkest moments of my time. But he taught me to never lose faith. Woody taught me about loyalty. He taught me about loyalty. And then either one of them could take 5 and 6. And then for 7, I'm going to say Locksmith. He's gotten way better from when he first started out in Frontline, and he's from the Bay. And I'm a big Bay Area guy. I'm from 707 Napa, California. It's North Bay, and a lot of the Bay Area, like San Francisco and Oakland, don't really consider Napa the Bay, although our area code says different. And it hasn't changed at all growing up. It's still 707. So I still consider Napa part of the Bay. But it's open for discussion. It's cool. Everyone's got their own opinions on it. I still consider it Bay. And then after Locksmith, I'm going to throw in one that's probably just a come-up. He's an up-and-comer. I saw him in Sacramento probably about 5 years ago. He opened up for Tech Nine. His name's Flawless Real Talk. He's got some good stuff. His emotional stuff is good. Take Me Away was a really good one. Can't Do This, that was another great one. Watching Over Me, he's got a whole bunch of really, really passionate, really emotional stories, and just the way he is with the way he says things is just good. Plus, he's got good bars. He can come in hard, or he could hit you with something that really hits you with the feel, you know.
Right, right.
So that'd probably be my top 8 or 9 right there, just off the top.
Hey, that's a solid 8. That's
Yeah,
a definitely solid list.
yeah. So I mean, I'm working on it. And I'm also a big fan of Immaculate too, from the battle rap scene.
Oh yeah, I like Ilmac. He's very talented.
I've always had much respect for him as far as the top 3 of battle rap people I liked when I first started getting into battle rap. He was probably one of my favorites. He wasn't number 1 at the time because Disaster was just too overwhelming. Disaster's energy was just so captivating. It was crazy.
Yeah.
But the reason I kept Immaculate at 2 was because he was the only battle rapper that I knew at the time that was doing battle rap and making and putting out real music, and he's got those lyrical stuff, definitely hip hop, and I definitely got mad respect for the man. Plus he's from Oregon, and I got family out in Oregon too, so.
Hell yeah. Is there anything you would like to tell to the people and the fans out there before we wrap this up?
Oh, definitely. First off, to everyone in general, thank you for supporting me. Like, I can't express how much appreciation and gratitude I have for everyone that comes to the channel and supports it, and shows love on the videos and the comments. Dub D and FPD really be doing it. Like, I really be feeling the solidarity, and I never had that with Naptown Squad, and I never had like a loyal fan base like that really stood behind me. So I thank all the family, the friends, and everyone that be just supporting the videos. Even if they don't support everyone, if they go on for like one every 5 videos, that's even cool to me too. So shout out to the fans and all the supporters and the family and the friends, everyone in Dub D. Everyone that has been with me through the thick and the thin, and still be listening. Everyone. Like, just thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Hell yeah.
And definitely stay tuned, because it's only gonna get better. It's only gonna get better.
Yes, definitely stay tuned, everybody. That's Little Do, Mark Coster. Make sure you hit him up for his CD. Check out his YouTube. Just search him up, Mark Coster Little Do, or Little Do Mark Coster, whatever. And stay tuned.